Track is torn. Got punched through on that section of stick. So it's a super nice day out right now, guys. The sun is absolutely shining. Blue skies everywhere, which is really nice. This will be pretty much the first time I've rode all year where it hasn't been cloudy or snowing. And it is a little cold right now, which is actually kind of good, probably about 15 degrees, but it means you don't have to deal with fogging on your goggles a lot more, which will be nice. So we're gonna ride over to Danny's house and it's gonna be a good day. We got about 20 inches of snow here in the past couple days, so there's gonna be some really good powder. Been a pretty good day so far, boys. A lot of this area was kind of a little bit rutted up and everything, but we got into some of these bowls here and man, the wind just really didn't touch them all that much. So there's some really nice powder here. A lot of this hillier stuff where you can really play around in. Got even off the drone a little bit. It's not really liking the cold that much. The batteries are not working that great. Same with the GoPro, but hey, we're still getting some cool footage, so gonna continue on. Hopefully it gets unstuck. Maybe. Maybe not. Almost. Yeah. It seemed like as you got off of it, it kind of went forward and came unstuck, maybe. Do you want me to help you drag it over again, or?
What?
Do you want me to help you pull it over to the side again, or?
I think it's still gonna move. It just died because my tether came off.
Oh, gotcha. trying to figure out if there was a way to get around up in here, and as you can see, there's not. So, currently buried in a trench. Why does this keep happening to me? I think Danny's way off over that way. I have not made the greatest decisions today, that's for sure. So I think I'm gonna have to flip it over on its back and try to roll it over and get it pointed back that way. Because if I go through here and even am able to get it back up right and moving forward, that's a vertical drop off right there through some bushes. It's not gonna end well. And of course, my GoPro is dead because the batteries do not work. They don't even work that great in general, but they really don't work when it's cold out. So I'm not gonna be able to use the camera, but we'll roll this thing over.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Very sad times, boys. Track is no longer spinning. A good sized chunk of wood right in here snapped it off, and now the belt or the track no longer wants to spin. So hopefully it's not a snapped chain in the case or something. I don't know, dude. That's weird for it to have just stopped like that. Well, we found the issue. The track is torn. It got punched through on that section of stick and got bound up in the gears up front there. But hopefully it'll work good enough to get out of here.
Did it work?
No! No! So right after finding that initial tear in Daniel's track on his sled, we decided, well, we're just going to go ahead and call it a day before the thing completely grenades and go ahead and head back to the house. At that point, my GoPros were dead. They were not liking the cold. My phone was nearly dead, and we were in an area that we had never been before, weren't very familiar with it, and we started finding that we were going in circles and kind of got lost, which is dumb because it's a very small area. We just happened to get down in this gully where there was only one way back out of it that we could see without absolutely crashing through alders, and that was the way that we had came, and you had to go back up this chute where there was some fallen trees that were now exposed from having gone down it, and we knew it was just going to end up tearing up our sleds even more. So we finally ended up finding this area where we thought we could go straight up. Daniel started heading up it, his tether got caught in the alders, shut his sled down kind of halfway up the climb, and we knew his sled was already kind of just hanging in there because the track was on its way out at that point. So he gets the tether hooked back up, fires it back up again, and has to pin it basically because he's already halfway up the hill, and the track just pops, snaps completely in half, so it's just one long strip. And at that point, we were basically dead in the water. Now, I don't have any footage of this. Like I said, the cameras were dead. I just kind of want to bring some awareness to the fact that it's a great idea to never ride by yourself. Where we were at, it was probably 5 miles back to a main trail, to roadway where somebody could have picked up a person riding by themselves with a busted sled. And that might not sound like a lot, typically 5 miles. I mean, you can make that in not too terrible amount of time. But when you are literally up to your hips with every step you take through the snow, you are not going to go very far and you are going to get worn out very quickly. So, good reason to always ride with a buddy. I was able to get my sled to climb up the hill. He was able to walk up to it. And between having to get off and just one of us riding up several of the other hills, we were able to ride double all the way back to the house and actually get back just a little after dark. Whereas if he had been by himself, he probably would have been spending the night out there, and it would not have been good because it got well below zero that night, and our gear was already starting to get kind of wet just because it had been warmer during the day and had to dig out lots of times and everything. So just a good reminder to never ride by yourself, guys. I don't like to ride by myself anywhere I go, whether it's four-wheeling, snow machining, any of it, because anything can happen, and it's always good to have some sort of backup. The other thing is always try to be prepared for anything, because we didn't have anything to repair that track with. We had barely any tools. We had food and water and all the basic stuff, but nothing prepared for a major breakdown like that. So make sure and stick around for the next video, because that is going to be us going back out and recovering his broke down sled. Aside from that, ride safe, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.